Comparatives. Adjetivos y adverbios con más de 2 sílabas. Intelligent, more intelligent than, the most intelligent as. Attractive, more attractive than, the most attractive as. Beautiful, more beautiful than, the most beautiful as. Expensive, more expensive than, the most expensive as. Interesting, more interesting than, the most interesting as. Slowly, more slowly than, the most slowly as. Famous, more famous than, the most famous as. Tired, more tired than, the most tired as. Handsome, more handsome than, the most handsome as. Efficient, more efficient, the most efficient as. Often, more often than, the most often as. Dangerous, more dangerous than, the most dangerous as. Jealous, more jealous than, the most jealous as. Comfortable, more comfortable than, the most comfortable as. Comparativos irregulares. Good, as good as, better than, the best. Well as, better than, the best. Bad as, worse than, the worst. Many as, more than, the most. Little as, littler than, the littlest. Little as, less than, the least. Far as, farther than, the farthest. Comparativos que duplican la última letra. Big as, bigger than, the biggest. Thin as, thinner than, the thinnest. Fat as, fatter than, the fattest. Wet as, wetter than, the wettest. Hot as, hotter than, the hottest. Sad as, sadder than, the saddest. Comparativos regulares. New as, newer than, the newest. Old as, older than, the oldest. Tall as, taller than, the tallest. Short as, shorter than, the shortest. Cheap as, cheaper than, the cheapest. Strong as, stronger than, the strongest. Nice as, nicer than, the nicest. Long as, longer than, the longest. Hard as, harder than, the hardest. Large as, larger than, the largest. Small as, smaller than, the smallest. Clean as, cleaner than, the cleanest. cold as colder than the coldest. Slow as slower than the slowest. Dark as darker than the darkest. Young as younger than the youngest. Rich as richer than the richest. Poor as poorer than the poorest.